Hey, there's the music. That means it's time for Animal Talk. Some of the best doggone pet people on the planet helping you with your pet, one pooch at a time. It's America's Pet Show, Animal Talk. Thanks for being with us. Be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, do all those podcast things in all the podcast places. We truly appreciate you coming around. AnimalTalkRadio.com is the website, and of course WearingFunny.com if you're looking for some gear, some pet parent gear, some funny t-shirts. They're all there. They're available for you. Appreciate our sponsor, WearingFunny.com. Great place. Go check them out. And for your pet help and information, you're in the right spot. We're going to help you out. We have years and years of animal calls and emails and interviews, and we're sharing them all with you on these Animal Talk Rewinds. Now, Animal Talk, it is for entertainment purposes only, so make sure you check with your local veterinarian, your local trainer, if you have any issues coming up, and we're here to help. Our professionals always got great ideas, too, so here we go, having a little bit of fun. It's Animal Talk.
They're excited. The zoo crew is excited today. Whatever the problem is, we do. We have pet professionals standing by, ready and willing to help you out. We like to call them the stars of animal knowledge. I do. Anyway, That's what I call them because they help so much. And get the help you need with your pets, no matter what it is. Like the guy sitting across from me is going to...
I'm Dr. Brad Davis. I'm the veterinarian here to answer any veterinary questions.
There you go. The brightest of the bunch.
I'm Donna Fournier, and I'm here to answer any training questions.
Of course, if you got a problem with anything cold-blooded, our buddy Rourke from reptilesafari.org can help you out. And we have to come up with a new name, Brad.
Really?
Because coming up in about 10 or 15 minutes from now, we're going to be joined by Kelly. And Kelly is an aquarist. She's a fish lady.
Oh, well, I'm not into astrology.
So Kelly's joining us. Kelly's going to come on, and because we had a couple of questions. Aquarius.
The age of Aquarius.
There you go. And so... But we had a couple of questions. People had some questions about fish and about keeping their fish. And so we're pulling in Kelly, and she's going to help us out, answer a couple of these fish questions. She's going to pop in here and there, and she's, she couldn't make it in studio today, so she's going to be on the phone. But she's going to come in the studio and hang out with us at times, too.
That's great.
And, so...
That'll be nothing but Finn.
But, so we got to, like, Kelly the fish girl or Kelly the Aquarius. I don't know. We need something for Kelly.
All right. Well, we'll work on it.
All right. But Kelly's coming along to help out too. And then I'm here, and my name's Jamie. I'm just going to make sure everybody has a good time.
He is the Charo of radio.
Coochie. And we want to help you with your pet.
I wish I was too young to remember that.
Donna's having a very hard time with the computer, and she almost strangled the monitor. You got to turn off those pop-up blockers. All right.
Yes, I know. I'm doing that right now.
All right. She almost punched out the computer. That's not a good thing.
No. I'm really frustrated, so I'm going to take it out on the air.
But don't punch out the computer because that's the way you get to our website, animaltalkradio.com. See what I did there?
Right all around.
All right. So, check that out. animaltalkradio.com. Lots of great information on there. Links to the great things that happen on the show, guests we've talked to, photos of things in and around the show, and of course, a way to contact us via the email. And like I said, we have a fish expert moving in, so if you have that fish question, you can email us now, and we're getting them live on the air while it happens. Of course, our MySpace pages are always there, too. It's just the myspace.com/Animal Talk, and there's a little chat room set up there for that as well, and you can join us live via the MySpace to make us a friend, because, we need friends. We do.
We're awfully lonely.
That's right. And Brad,
yes.
you were out and about. You were gone for a little bit, and you were hanging out with one of your old friends while you were gone. You got to hang out with Mr. Lewis.
Yeah, Jerry Lewis went to the Jerry Lewis telethon.
Yeah.
I was there for the end.
Oh,
I was
really?
actually there for the very end. Saw him sing.
Does it actually ever end?
It does.
Okay.
It does.
All right.
It does. And my gay friend wouldn't go to the rest of the show with me, but still, he had to. No, just kidding. But, actually, if it's okay, there was something that happened because I flew into Las Vegas, and most of the time I was in Arizona, but I was going to.
Been there plenty of times.
Have you? I was when I went into Arizona. A friend of mine went with me, and it's one of those things where he just disappeared on me.
Oh.
We flew in together, and you know that point where you're mad and worried all at once. Because he won't answer his cell, and I hate taking showtime for something like this, but I know he never misses the show.
Right.
And so he doesn't answer his cell phone. I don't know where he is. I don't know what's going on. But I'm sorry about this. I just wanted
No, go ahead.
Okay.
We all get a chance.
OJ, whatever you're doing, I don't know where you are.
Next thing you know, he's running off to some room. I don't know.
I don't know where he is. I don't know. Where's OJ? I don't know. He loves jumping over the luggage.
Orthol, where'd you run off? Okay.
Yeah. But apparently he happens in Vegas because he's staying. And anyway.
All right. And we want to help you with your pet amongst all the craziness that happens here. So, but a good trip. You had a good relaxing time, and
lovely place.
Saw Jerry. And
we saw Jerry Lewis. Went to
Grand
Canyon.
Thank you.
Monument Valley.
Thank you for the socks.
Sure.
Pair of Grand Canyon. I'm a happy camper socks. I think they're brilliant. So thank you very much. And
beautiful place.
Yes, it is. Now, were you anywhere near where that glass bridge is?
The glass bridge is actually outside the national park. It's in the I don't know which reservation it's in, but it's a kind of a borderline ripoff because it's like $25 to get in the reservation and $27 to walk out onto it. So,
well, I was just curious because when I was there, it was still under construction, and I knew that it was up and coming, and I had seen the plans went around the internet for ever and ever. So I personally don't think I'm brave enough to walk out on a full glass bottom so you can see how far. So I was hoping that maybe you had gone and done it and
had not done that.
Okay.
Had not done that. But remember I was talking about Eagle Feather, the Indian guide we were going to have because he never gave us his name, the Navajo guide, and it turns out his name was not Eagle Feather, his name was Roy.
Okay. It's a lot more romantic when you say Eagle Feather.
Eagle Feather will be leading us. No, it was Roy. But again, just a lovely place up there. Anytime you can get to Monument Valley in the Navajo Nation or into the Grand Canyon, it's really nice.
Excellent. So I need to find out how Donna's week was.
Actually, pretty low key.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing spectacular. Had a great puppy class on Thursday, and that's always my favorite. I love puppy class. It's when you see some of the cutest puppies, and you get to educate people, which I love. I love being able to do that and making sure that everybody does right by their puppies. So that's always a good thing. And other than that, it was a very quiet week with me and my dogs. So that was nice.
We're helping you with your pet, one pet at a time. I'm sided by the stars of animal knowledge here. They have me surrounded, and they're here to surround you with some quality information. We're also going to be talking about DMX, the rapper, the R&B singer, who is facing some dog fighting trouble himself.
Wow.
And this came up. We're going to revisit an interview we had back in June when the Michael Vick thing broke, and we had John Goodwin on from the Humane Society of the United States. And so we've been on this since then. But some developments with DMX, dog fighting. Kelly, our fish expert, is going to be with us, plus your phone calls. Something very special new today, and she's going to be helping us out here and there. We have Kelly on the line. Kelly, welcome to Animal Talk. Kelly, thanks for joining us. Kelly is gonna be helping us with fish questions. Well, Kelly, so why is it you're an expert about fish? What qualifies you so our listeners are confident when they call? Do you just have a lot of fish in your room and you think that's cool, or what's your story, Kelly?
Well, I went to Michigan State University and have a degree in zoo and aquarium science.
Well, so Brad went to MSU, so that's not saying a whole lot there, Kelly.
Oh,
No, but
hey, they're 4-0, aren't they?
Yeah. So what's your degree in again?
Zoo and aquarium science.
Zoo and aquarium science. So basically, you're waitressing right now, right?
Pretty much. Yeah. I'm in Michigan, of course.
Well, so what do you do with a degree like that?
I have worked in a few aquariums here and there.
Right.
And I'm currently looking for a job.
So that's the passion, right? To run a big aquarium. It was just we had a very large aquarium in Detroit. Quite a tragedy that went away.
Mm-hmm.
But so that's your passion. You're gonna follow the fish in the water.
I sure am.
Well, that's awesome. Well, Kelly, thanks for being with us, and we're gonna have you help out with some of the email questions that we get. And people like to visit our website, animaltalkradio.com, and then they send us in the emails.
Sounds good.
At animaltalkradio.com. Brad collects those for us and gets them back. Brad, do we have an email over there?
Sure we do, and they always start them like this. Dear Animal Talk.
You've got mail, baby, yeah.
What type of fish can I put in the tank with my Oscar and 2 fire electric eels? I have a 55-gallon saltwater tank, about a year old, Sandman filter, both pads changed bi-monthly since the problem of cloudy water, water test fine by my local store, cloudy for 2 months. 6 small to medium-sized fish, no new fish for 4 months. Any help would be a godsend. And this is signed Rhonda. And I didn't understand much of that, I got to admit to you. It lost me about when it said fire electric eels. Because what have they done to me? Why should I fire them?
Yeah, really.
Well, how can you help them?
Fire electric eels are not electric eels like you think they are normally. They name them that to be scary. So they're actually brackish water, freshwater fish. They're just tiny little eels. Both the Oscars and the eels are very aggressive animals, so you really don't want to put anything else with them. And they're going to grow really big. I know she says she's got a kind of small tank. They're recommended that you have at least a 100-gallon tank for fish that are going to get that big. So my recommendation would, first of all, be put them in a bigger tank. And the cloudy water is usually due to algae. So algae grows in the water, which is usually caused by overfeeding or too much light. So make sure you turn the lights off on your fish tanks before you go to bed, or change the water, about a third of the water, every 3 days, and that'll help get rid of some of the algae.
All right. Well, there we go. Kelly, she's off to a running start here. That's brilliant.
There you go.
Thank you.
It's so nice to hear a female voice answering something well.
You are so lucky you sit over there.
Oh, man.
You are so lucky you sit over there. And I left my shot collar at home. You are so lucky.
Kelly, Donna actually answers the majority of the questions and is brighter than both of us put together. So, yeah, Brad.
See, this is proof of that intelligence in men I was talking about right there.
Holy smokes.
Knowing what to say and when to say it.
Yeah.
There might be a chair open here soon.
Yeah.
Yours?
But, all right. So, plenty of uncomfortable to go. Kelly, how do you get uncomfortable out of a fish tank? There you go. All right. And we also wanted to touch on the topic that it's kind of been going all summer. The news broke back in June, and we had on the air with us from the Humane Society of the United States. We spoke to John Goodwin, one of the VPs over there at the Humane Society of the United States, about Michael Vick. Michael Vick, the football player, and he was claiming his innocence at the time, and later ponied up, and later he ponied up and admitted that what he was doing was very wrong, and now he's a convicted felon. Mm-hmm. In our interview, one of our first questions to Mr. Goodwin from the Humane Society was, how prolific is this? How big of a problem is dogfighting in the U.S.? And he says it's a very big problem, and it's a problem because culturally, sometimes it's glorified, and sometimes in the inner cities and through rap music, it has been popularized and glorified. And Mr. Goodwin had some other points about that it's typically crime elements that foster the whole dogfighting deal. And DMX, he was telling us that DMX has a CD called Grand Champion, and a Grand Champion is a 5-time winner with no losses in the dogfighting world. And then the rapper Jay-Z, in one of his rap videos, the unedited version, they show him in a dogfighting pit, with a dog and two dogs just as they're about to strike each other.
Yeah.
And so this isn't anything new. I mean, this is the information that Mr. Goodwin gave to us back in June when we first started talking about the Michael Vick story. Well, this weekend they're hitting all over the airways with DMX, and his Arizona home is being raided, and a dozen pit bulls were removed from the residence, and sadly some carcasses were retrieved too. One burnt beyond recognition. They weren't absolutely sure if it was a dog or not, and the other two had a lot of bite marks on them, and the veterinarians were doing some autopsies on it. So this continues, and people were like, well, why are they picking on DMX? They're picking on him because he's a celebrity. It's like, no, they're picking on him because he has dead dogs on his property. And actually, he in 2002, he pled guilty in Jersey to animal cruelty stemming from a 98 raid on his property. So DMX has got a lot of problems he's facing. The dog saga continues, and I applaud the Humane Society for staying on top of this and not letting these people get away with just the horrible things going on. All right, and again, just wanted to applaud the Humane Society of the United States for doing a great job and being the watchdogs that they are, and bringing people to prosecution. And why are they going after people like Michael Vick? It's like, well, because people look up to them. Right. And if they're organizing these dog fights, well, it's nothing to look up to and nothing to admire and nothing to emulate. And again, the problem happens, glorifying the whole gangster and criminal life in rap music, and fine, whatever. We know it's all fun and games and play, and most of these guys are rolling. Yeah, but that's the problem, and the problem comes. DMX has an album called the rapper DMX and the Grand Champion is the name of a CD of his, and it's Earl. Yeah, actually, his real name is Earl Simmons, and I think it's funny if we just call him Earl. So Earl. Is
formerly known as
DMX, soon to be known as prisoner number 89563. He's facing some new charges. He pled guilty back in 2002 to animal cruelty charges back in New Jersey. This time it's going down in Arizona.
I have a question about those charges, those past charges in 2002.
He had too many animals in one place.
That was the charge. So he was operating a kennel without a license, basically, is what they charged him.
He had 13 pit bulls and plea bargained down to fines, probation, and community service. And starred in a public service announcement against animal abuse. Go figure the irony in that. But Earl's back up to his old tricks again, and his home in Arizona, there's a carcass of a dog that was so badly burned they couldn't tell how it died, and then two other carcasses that they found buried on the lot that had a lot of bite marks in it, and they're pretty sure that's the results from dog fighting. They're doing veterinarian type autopsies on the dogs, post-mortems, to find out. So there you go. So but I applaud the Humane Society, and it's not like, oh, they're just on this because Michael Vick. I mean, they were on this before this. As the Michael Vick story was breaking, Mr. Goodman was kind enough, he shared this information with us back then.
Dave, this is something that's been ongoing with the Humane Society. One of my old professors actually was working with the Humane Society here in the Detroit area, where they would have a team inside the dog fighting arenas. And they would basically radio out when the fight was over who was the winner, who was the loser, and one team would follow where the loser dog was being taken to and typically dumped somewhere in an alley somewhere, and they would jump out. And this team consisted of officers as well as technicians and veterinarians who could run out and administer first aid to these dogs right away, and then get them back into the hospital so that either they would be euthanized or they would be healed, depending on how severe.
This was with the Humane Society.
Humane Society. Yeah.
Well, not in Detroit, of course. Not in Detroit, because in Detroit
it was out of the Westline Humane Society, and they would go into Detroit.
Right.
And one of the other team that would follow the winner dog consisted all of officers, and they would have like one dog unit, one dog team with them. where they would confiscate the winning dog, and then the other people, the people that they captured with the dogs, would be arrested. So, I mean, this was going on when I was back in school in the early 90s. So this is something that, you know, it may seem like it's coming out now, but this has been ongoing for years and years and years.
It was probably worse before. I mean, years ago, when again, as I've talked about before, that people used to cut the front legs distal to the elbows off so the dog couldn't move backwards. You would have houses where they'd be full of carcasses. Because, again, don't forget, even though you were making such a big deal out of this, and I understand it should be a big deal, but all the media, all that, there's no punishment, really.
No.
There's nothing backing it up.
That's why I asked about what happened to Earl back in 2002, because this is really bothersome to me, the fact that in 2002, he was suspected of doing this. Whether they could prove it or not, I don't have all the details of the case or anything in front of me, but this is obvious that...
He plea bargained down to fines.
Right. He's been going at this since at least 2002. That's been known. Right. So, obviously, whatever... you know, being able to plea bargain himself down to fines and doing a public service announcement, that's a bunch of hooey.
Well, and the thing is, with the publicity again this time around with Michael Vick, I don't think he'll get away with fines.
He better not.
There's a difference, too.
If he's actually involved.
There's a difference in this, and there's a difference between Michael Vick and DMX, Earl, whatever his name is.
Earl.
But the thing is, when Michael Vick lost his career through this, and I know, and we hate Michael Vick, and Michael Vick's bad, okay, all that.
Right.
Michael Vick's punishment is not only the time he's doing in prison, but millions and millions of dollars he could have made as a football player. This guy will not have any trouble because after he's out, now he's going to have even more credibility, and he's going to be able to.
I'm not positive about DMX, but I think he's been in and out of jail for a couple other things.
Yeah, and it's not.
I'm not sure. I'm fairly sure.
It's not going to hurt his career.
Yeah.
So,
that's right.
So we're not talking. This is a different matter.
The punishment needs to be a little more, and possibly through all of these arrests that are up and coming, especially with these celebrities, high profile. This is something that hopefully will add to the changes in the laws. To make this more of an offense. More, you know, this is a horrible situation that really does need to end, and the only way we're going to get it to end is by really getting these people to serve some sort of justice.
And the thing is, we when we talked to John Goodwin from the Humane Society of the United States last time, the thing was, you know, everybody needs to be a watchdog, and look out and report these things and report the suspicious behavior when they see it. And that way, the Humane Society can act on it. And if it's a big enough problem, then they bring in the federal authorities, and things get taken care of. And they really do. And it's going on. It's very prolific. It's happening in so many places. So much is happening that they need our help. So that was something that John spoke about when he was with us. So speak up. And make your voice heard and report to the authorities if there's suspicious behavior with dogs. You know, if they got 20 pit bulls hanging out, and there's a question there.
Hey, it's Jamie. I got to hop on in here and remind you about our sponsor, wearingfunny.com. Wearingfunny.com for all your pet parent T-shirt needs. Head on over wearingfunny.com and check out the vast array of amazing, hilarious T-shirts. Thoughtful, cuddly, and cute for you and your kitties and your puppies. And hey, we take requests. If you have a critter that we don't have represented, let us know. We'll get you connected with just the perfect shirt for you and your critters, showing your love for being the best pet parent you can possibly be. Wearingfunny.com. Back to the show.
Kelly is actually still with us. Kelly.
Hi.
Hey, Kelly. What kind of pets do you have? We know you're the aquarist, right? What is the correct term for your specialty?
Aquarius works.
A what?
Aquarius works.
Okay, aquarist. All right. And but what kind of pets do you have?
I actually have 2 dogs.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
So do you find this whole dog fighting thing appalling?
I do. Very much so. But, you know, a lot of people say that it's where they've been raised and that kind of thing, but I don't think these people realize that dogs have feelings just like we do.
All right.
And,
Kelly, we got a question about ick. And we're going to have you answer that coming up right after this break. So an email about ick and Kelly and your question. Jamie, Donna, Dr. Brad, Animal Talk. It's America's Pet Show. Questions at animaltalkradio.com. Easy as that. And we actually have another one here, and we got Kelly on the line, so we're going to take care of a couple of these fish ones. Kelly is with us today, helping out, new member of the Animal Talk team, and helping us with fish questions and things that swim about. And we have another email there, Brad?
Sure do. It starts out, Dear Animal Talk.
What's this, fan mail from a flounder?
I have a goldfish with the long fantail. I noticed yesterday that there are white spots appearing on its tail and the dorsal fin. Is this something I should be worried about? If there is something wrong, what could it be? And what do I do? And this is signed, Jennifer.
All right, okay. Kelly, what do we got going on?
Well, white spots on any fins of any fish is usually caused by ick, which is the most common parasite that fish are going to get. The easiest way to take care of it is just go to the store, buy some ick medicine, follow the directions carefully, and your fish should get better. You want to make sure you separate that fish from all the others, though.
I thought for sure you were going to say go to the store, buy another fish.
Yeah. Well, if you wait long enough, that's what's going to happen. I've had a fish die from ick, and it's very sad.
What is ick?
It's a parasite. That's all it is. It's a parasite, and it eats away at the fins, and eventually eats away at all the scales on the fish, and they basically disintegrate.
Oh.
That's what happens if it goes on for too long.
Yeah, that's.
So you want to get that infected fish out of the tank, give it some ick medicine, and it'll get better.
How does the parasite get into the tank?
Just from all the varying levels. I mean, you got to understand that the water in a tank, there's a lot of science that goes behind it. There's nitrogen, there's pH, there's acidity. So if any of those change at all, which can happen from even you putting your hand in the tank, it's going to affect how things are in that tank.
So maintaining a balance, not introducing foreign things into the tank, is going to help you avoid ick.
So
exactly.
Okay.
One fish can have it, but the others will be fine. And so once you isolate that fish, do you still have to treat all the other aquarium, or?
You don't have to. It's not necessary. You just want to look for the white spots. There are a lot of fish that are tougher, I'd say, than others. So they're not going to be as affected by a little parasite as smaller ones or weaker ones or,
Okay.
Usually the one that gets ick is the weak one of the litter.
Right, okay.
So.
All right, cool. And, of course, we like to have a little fun along the way.
Who's bad?
It's time for the bad animal joke of the week.
Who's bad?
Oh, it's one of my favorite parts of the show. It's the bad animal joke, and we got another member of the zoo crew with us in studio. Colin is with us, and Colin, thanks so much for coming out and hanging out and watching the show. The zoo crew just sits by and watches the show, so you're doing a great job doing just that. And I thought we would entertain you with a bad animal joke. All right, so Colin, here you go. Colin, what do cats eat for breakfast?
Cat food?
No, not cat food. They eat Mice Krispies.
Didn't even get a chuckle.
Now you make like it's funny. This is the part where we fake that it's funny.
The point is, it's supposed to be bad. That's the point of the joke. Colin, if you got a bad animal joke, we're going to go to a break in a minute, but if you got a bad joke, or even a good animal joke, if you want to share it, we can let you share it next segment. But, all right, so bad animal joke.
You didn't even get a chuckle.
I know. I got nothing.
Wow.
I got nothing from him.
Now he knows. Now he knows that we've just been faking all these.
Well, all right. So, bad animal joke. If you'd like to send one in, send it to me, jamie@animaltalkradio.com, and we'll subject everybody to it. And apparently people will laugh politely, even though it's not funny. And Dr. Brad's here to give medical advice. Donna's got training and behavior issues down, and Kelly's with us today as well to help with our finned friends. Kelly is an aquarist, and she can help out with anything that's floating, and hopefully it's not floating belly up. Kelly, thanks for being with us.
Of course, anytime.
Okay, part of our zoo crew today, Colin's in here, and Colin has some goldfish, and over the last couple of years, he's had a couple of goldfish. And Colin, you had a question for Kelly?
Let's see. One of my goldfish it was in the tank all alone, and its fins started to get beat up and then started to fall off.
What would make the fins when a goldfish is in a tank by itself? And did you have like the little scuba guy? Did you have like the little scuba guy in there with a bad attitude or something, or a castle or anything like that?
No, just a plain one.
Just a plain, just rocks on the bottom.
Yeah.
And he was all by himself. Yeah.
Did he have any white spots on him?
No white spots.
No. All right. Well, first of all, a goldfish is actually one of the hardest fish to keep alive because it's considered one of the dirtiest fish.
Oh.
They actually recommend that you keep a goldfish in a tank that's at least 25 gallons or more.
Wow.
So, probably because he had so little room, he just got the water so dirty that he got sick. That would be my guess.
So you gotta, when you have one of those tiny little, just cute little fish bowls, you really gotta change that water out really often to keep those fish healthy.
Yeah, they recommend that you change a third of the water every 3 days, and just use tap water. You don't want to use distilled water or anything like that because the tap water has the nutrients that the fish need.
Oh.
You just want to make sure that tap water sits out overnight before you put it in your tank so it gets to room temperature.
All right.
He said something about the eye as well. What happened to the fish's eye?
Oh, it went pitch black. My mom I think it was blind in the left eye.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he probably got some sort of disease from swimming around in his own poo for so long.
Yeah. Now can a fish have ick without necessarily seeing the white spots, or are they always really present?
No, I mean white spots aren't necessarily there, but you'll notice the fins deteriorating. They kind of start separating, like if a bird had lost feathers or something, that's what their fins end up looking like.
So, Colin, it looks like your fishy had a bit of the ick going, and again, just got to keep that water super clean because it's tough because you don't have a filter on those smaller tanks. So
yeah, and you can actually buy little tiny air bubblers, and if you're going to keep a goldfish in a fish bowl, that's what you want to do.
All right. Well, Kelly, thanks so much for helping us out. And be with us. We got another hour to go, so you're welcome to hang out as long as you'd like and be part of the showgram here. And feel free if you got the time. We're welcome to have you here. Colin is part of our zoo crew. He's going to stick with us. Of course, all your pet questions and medical, Dr. Brad's got you covered. Donna's got the behavior issues down.
Thanks for being with us for another episode of Animal Talk. Make sure you do all those podcast things in the podcast places, like, subscribe, leave a comment. We hope you had a little fun along the way. Make sure you head on over to wearingfunny.com. You can grab yourself some gear to show off what a proud pet parent you are. Are you a cool cat mom? Are you a happy doggy daddy? We got all the gear just for you. Hats, shirts, all kinds of swag. Wearingfunny.com. Go check it out and show yourself a little animal pride with Animal Talk. Once again, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here. Have an exotic week and kiss your wild thing for us.
Bye-bye, boys.
Have fun storming the castle.
Think it'll work?
It would take a miracle.
Goodbye.